Keep it real.
Welcome back. Hope you had an awesome time on your honeymoon.
Hello. Wow, starting off right there. First one today with a voice crack. That is, it's good to be back. Wow, everybody. Hello. Hi. Oh, it's good to see y'all. Did I miss you? Of course I missed you. And Shan, you are absolutely insane. I haven't even started talking yet. Thank you for the 50. Holy cow. Thank you so very much. The honeymoon was absolutely amazing. We're going to be talking about that a lot on stream today. Don't you all worry about that. Our newlywed hath returned. I know. Hi, how's it going? I guess we streamed after the wedding at least once or twice. Oh, it's good. Liz, how you doing? Good to see you. Hello. Tam, how you doing? Hello. Thank you for the welcome backs, everybody. Crazy chat. Oh my gosh, crazy chat. Keija, thank you so much for the 4 months. fWhip is back again. Back again. Cheryl, thanks so much for the 9 months. Oh, I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. Welcome back. Good to see you. I really appreciate that. Salient with the 9 months at tier 2. Thank you. I'm gonna lose my voice today. I can already tell. Y'all, so much has happened since I've been gone. What the heck? All the drama and everything. Ooh, I was trying to not be on my phone, but I could not get off Twitter sometimes when we were chilling. Oh, we did so much adventure and exploring that like we needed some downtime. It was one of those vacations where it's like, okay, I'm more tired than I am at home because we're moving and seeing so much that just like taking everything in was so exhausting, but it was amazing. Sid had her Apple Watch on every day, so we're seeing the steps that we were doing, walking around the cities and everything. Like outside of when we were in Tuscany, where we had a car there, so we were driving around to different villages. We were like breaking like 15,000 steps every day, which I know for some people is not a lot, but for us, that's a good amount. Like when I used to go to an office on work, my goal was always 10,000 a day, was like just to stay active. And we were like way past than that. And it was all hills, but it's so good. So good. Absolutely amazing. I am so inspired to like get back in and build things in Minecraft now, which I know is like not the thing you'd all expect to hear, but from touring around so many old parts of the world I had just never seen before, at least not since I was in like second grade, I think was the last time I was in Italy, which is, I don't remember much of that. It was so cool seeing everything and taking it from like a Minecraft builder point of view, where I really like to look at the architecture and see how things are created, and like looking at all of that coming together was so fun. So fun. Welcome back to YouTube. Thank you so very much. I do appreciate that. Thank you. Stephanie, thanks so much for becoming a member. We got Nira with the 2 months. Thank you. Searing, thank you so very much. I think I said that. Searing, thank you for the dono and the welcome back. I do appreciate that. Aries, thank you so much for becoming a member as well. Italian Goblins, I am changing course on Gobland because of the trip to Italy. How I want to build Gobland is changing because of the trip. When we we'll kind of walk through the trip as we're chatting today and chilling. I want to just gather a bunch of resources in hardcore today because I need to get ready for the city build in there. But one time when we were in Tuscany, one day we drove out and visited Siena and walked around the city there, and it was so amazing. It's apparently one of the only places in Italy that like is fully preserved and like of that large scale of a city because of some historical events that I don't want to misquote and get wrong, but like there were a lot of reasons in the history of why the structures just never really changed. That was really cool to learn about and kind of read through, and I don't want to misremember it and say something wrong. So, but it was really cool. Just the city itself and seeing everything together and all that was so fun. But it was, do I like chickens? Not anymore. I don't like chickens anymore. Siena is stunning. It was amazing. Absolutely amazing. That was my favorite part of the whole trip, was walking around Siena. Prophy Sloth, thank you so very much for the 9 months. We got Tech Kitty with the 4 months. Missed you. Welcome back. I'm good to be back. I'm happy to be back. It's feeling very good to be back in the office and working a bit this week. And it's been really smoky outside, and the last few days have been foggy in the morning, so like the smoke's been clearing out and it's been a lot nicer. But yeah, so for the trip, we flew in to Amsterdam ended up having our initial flight to Venice was canceled, which then turned into a 13-hour layover. So we spent the first day in Amsterdam and did basically in 8 hours how much of Amsterdam can we see, which was so exhausting coming off of a flight from Seattle to Amsterdam, which is like a 9-10 hour flight. Then from there, trying to just be awake and explore the city and everything. We were exhausted. We were so tired. And then coming back to the airport, oh my gosh, if you've traveled through that airport recently, it is terrible. It took 3.5 hours to get through security to get to our flight. And we'll start playing Minecraft soon. Just chill, Max. Chill. Have some chill. We stood in line for 3.5 hours to get through security to get into the airport. And it was so rough. And then from there, we flew to Venice. We were in Venice for 2 days, which was absolutely amazing, just touring around, seeing everything in there. From Venice, we rented a car, drove to Tuscany, stayed in a little tiny village outside of in the Chianti region, outside of Siena, which was just it was beautiful. If you haven't seen the photos I put on Instagram, definitely follow me over there. I've been posting a bunch and I have plenty more to post. But the hotel we stayed in was a literal castle. So our room was a tower of a castle, which was great and bad at the same time because our room was 3 stories. So the bedroom was on the top and you had to walk down a story to the bathroom, which was great and not great. It was really cool. It was so fun. But yeah, so we did that. We toured around. We saw Siena one day. We went to Montepulciano. I'm probably butchering how to say that one day. And then another day, we just kind of did the local villages around us. I can't remember the names of, and just kind of, we just kind of toured around there and everything like that. And then from there, we drove to Pisa, dropped off the car, explored there, saw like the Leaning Tower and all that stuff, and took a train up to Cinque Terre, which was absolutely amazing. We were up there for 3 days, 3 days. And just kind of jump between the villages of Cinque Terre. It was amazing. We stayed in Manarola and it was so beautiful. There was supposed to be like a big lightning, thunder, rainstorm coming in, which fortunately for us never really hit outside of one night when we were in a little pizzeria and it was just dumping rain outside. And then when we finished dinner, because if you haven't been to Italy, if you sit down for dinner, you're there for 2.5 hours. That was something we're so not used to in the US, but it was cool. Like, it was like getting used to it and just chilling and being there was great until you'd be like, can we have the check? We finished the bottle of wine. We've run out of water. Like, it'd be like 20 minutes of sitting there with nothing, just like twiddling your thumbs, kind of chatting and be like, can we have the check? And then you'd ask them for it. They're like, we'll bring it over shortly. And then it would be 10 minutes later. They're like, here's your check. We're like, From coming from the US where it's just like, go, 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 go. It was so different, but we just went along with it and enjoyed because we really wanted to be a part of the culture and everything.
In Europe at the same time
and not
as
be
you, so I didn't have
those
to
American
worry
tourists.
about
We didn't want to be the
streams.
stereotypical
Smiley
ones.
face.
But oh my gosh, Aries Centauri, thank you so much for the big time dono. I was also on holiday in Europe at the same time as you, but we didn't have to worry about missing streams. Hey, there you go. Also, Armip with the 9 months. Thank you so very much for that, my dude. I really appreciate it. Never been to Minnesota? Actually, no, I've been to Michigan. I haven't been to Minnesota. I've only been to the Midwest once, and it was middle of the summer. A friend of ours graduated from medical school, so we went out to celebrate with her. But yeah, so we did Manarola, we did Cinque Terre, did that, hiked between one of the villages, straight up a mountain and right back down, because the easy ones, unfortunately, are out due to landslides. So that wasn't super fun. After that, we took a train from there down to Rome and explored around Rome for the last 3-4 days. It was beautiful. It was so fun. But like the last 2, we were like, all right, we've had our time. We're ready to fly home. We're so tired. We want to get back there. There's just so many things to take and explore and see. And then we're just like, ugh. What airline? We flew through Delta. So it was KLM was the Amsterdam to Italy one. And then it was Delta going back, which was actually super. Like I haven't been on an international flight like that I like had remembered. Pretty good experience overall. Pretty good experience. Just watched movies and ate food for 10 hours. Can't complain too much. It looks like my normal weekend.
For real. Been binge watching your videos. Love the content.
Hey Gunter, thank you so very much for the dono, my dude. Glad you enjoyed the video so much. Shen Li, thank you so much for the 9 months, my dude. Welcome back. I appreciate that. Welcome back to everybody in here too. Shall we look at the hardcore world and keep on chatting? Whoop! Ah! We're still alive. Yes, I published a short about a death. I thought it'd be funny to put a video of the death of season 1. Don't worry, we're still alive. We are here on day 2240. Oh, that's not how you stay alive. So, where this world was left off, if you saw one of the last streams, I've actually been working on, I kind of teased it. Before I left, I've been working on the plan for the city in here, and most of it's in there as far as the shapes for buildings. I got to texture things still. So today I wanted to see how much your village Shulkercraft. Yeah, I saw Shulkercraft did the episode looking at hardcore worlds. Cool to be featured. Cool to be featured. I was interested that they didn't include like some of like the big guys. Like Sandiction and Wadzi weren't featured in there. I was interested by that. But yeah. Are you used to the bling on your finger yet? I'm getting used to it. It's really light. It's a titanium ring, so it like weighs nothing. So it's more just like getting used to it actually like being on my finger. What are all these? I've logged in here enough to take that picture for the thumbnail today, and then I haven't done anything else. Was so worried. That death is still like of like my top moments I think I've had of just stupidity in Minecraft. That is up there. That is definitely like top 5. But it's all good. Okay, so what I want to look at today, we have oak, we need spruce, we need birch, dark oak, acacia, we have plenty. I need a lot of jungle. Mangrove we need tons of. That's gonna be painful. Also, actually, let's try and fix this real quick. We're gonna try something here. I want to try fixing this stupid thing because it's broken. I don't know what I did, but somehow when I updated to the 119, my entire sorting system back here broke. So if y'all are big brain people, because I am not big brain when it comes to redstone, I could use your help right here. What's the top 1 then? I had one time in building with fWhip where I accidentally, so I think what I can do here is if we take out all the filters and just reset the system. So it's 11 in each. Okay. I think we like reset the system. That'll be like the best bet. Because somehow it just is like busted. Top stupid moment. I had, if anybody remembers Duconia Survival. Actually, no, I think that hardcore one might be number 1, but this is a close number 2. In Duconia Survival, my very first series I ever did, one of the first live streams I ever did, it was back with Ducon Red 1. He's a Conquest Reforged YouTuber. Recently came back to the game. But I had just gotten my first Elytra ever in survival. I'd never gotten one before the entire time I'd played the game. And okay, so we want 11 in each. And I got my Elytra and I was like, wee! And I instantly just face planted. Instant, right into the ground. Okay, so this should stop here, right? Because that's supposed to be working. This is a little worrying. Ah! Okay, so that's working. And then what did we have next? It was spruce. Spruce next? Yeah. But yeah, I did that, and all of my stuff, because where I hit the rock, all of my stuff fell into the void. That, I think, is still probably one of my biggest, just full on, duh. It was the first time getting Elytra. I had all of my enchanted diamond gear on me. I had everything, and then I just faceplanted. No, see, look, it broke. Something with these is wrong, and I don't know what it is. Just put... 11 is too many? I thought it's supposed to be 11. I guess it just holds more logs up here. All of my oak's gone. I need more oak. Aha. You only need to use one kelp. I thought if you did more, it meant less would stack in there. One of each, one kelp. Okay, we'll try that. We'll try one. We'll try one. Y'all are probably smarter than me anyways. And it's birch. All right. Yep. I really need to get a ladder to get up there. Name the kelps. They are named. They're all named Kelp Me. I'm trapped. We'll keep 41 of the logs. Yeah, but what's happening is the 11 keeps it so that because that'll take the 40 out, and then you still have the same count. So what you're looking for in these is a number count. So anytime it gets above, so if you have 41 and then you have 4 of those, like that'll do it. But so if we go in here and the boop, like you'll see this is, no, it's not draining. Okay, so if we go birch and then boop, that's there. Okay. It's apparently working. So it's birch and then dark oak, right? Yeah. Then from dark oak, it was it acacia? Yeah. Duh, I put this in the right order. And then it was jungle. If this fixes it, I'm gonna be very happy. Because I haven't been able to use this. Nope. That's the controls. I remember how to play this game. Where's the dark oak? Dark oak. Okay, so now are they all working? Oh, y'all are so right. I was trying to big brain it so only one of these items would stick in here, and apparently that was making it busted. Okay. No, the trapdoors. Team tough, dude. I don't know. Well, we haven't seen the tough golem yet. If that is even the thing. I'm assuming it is based on the other leaks being right. But dude, the sniffer. You can't go wrong with the sniffer. First off, it's a sniffer. That enough right there deserves a vote. Second off, the sniffer, new plant. It's a new plant. Plants. They said plural. They said plants with an S. Multiple plants. We need plants. This game needs more plants. Do you know it needs plants? We didn't know. It needs plants. Anima, how you doing? Hadn't seen you yet today. Hadn't seen your name in there, but how you doing? If I missed you earlier, I apologize. Hope things are going well. Oh, we have an extra stem. Do I have an empty box in here? Yeah, we can put all the kelp in here. Plants for the farms. Exactly, Yentl. How you doing? Thank you for the 7 months. Yeah, we need more information on the rascal. Like, if it's a diamond pickaxe, could be good, but also very easily exploited to get, like, unlimited free diamond pickaxes. Because somebody will make a spawning system for it.
Pleased to meet you.
And then... That's cool. That's great and all. But then... I don't want to know. I don't. Maybe I just put extra. Maybe I put extra. We're just gonna ignore it. But what was I saying? Yeah, the rascal, because I saw somebody comment being like, if that's an enchanted iron pickaxe, this is the most worthless mob in the game. Not the most, but like, if it gives iron, are you ever gonna use the rascal? Like, if the only thing it does, you catch it 3 times and it gives you iron, would you ever use that? Like, ever? I would not. I would never bother with it. I'm not gonna chase something down in a cavern to get an iron pickaxe. Because they said you had to find it 3 times. Yeah, early game utility, but also if it's an enchanted iron pickaxe, you can probably do that a lot quicker and get the enchants you want, unless it's like a full 30 enchant. It's just not good. I don't think it's worth it. Okay, we got a lot of stuff in here. That's pretty good. Y'all, I haven't touched this world in so long. Okay, we got 2 shulkers. Let's go. Oh, first I'm gonna go repair because Elytra, Deado. Oh, y'all haven't seen the quarry yet outside the video. We can walk through the quarry real quick after we get back. The sniffer supremacy, 100%. Yeah, I wonder if Fishy's onto something. Something's fishy here. Do you think they ever make one mob and be like, this is what we want? And then they're like, all right, we need 2 more so that people can vote on it. I saw something about a video went live of like a badger or something. I don't know if that was a fake leak or not, but we'll see. You have a VODs channel? I do. fWhip2. TWO. Go subscribe to fWhip2. If y'all haven't seen. Actually, I'm curious. I gotta look. Chat, I gotta look. I'm trying to get fWhip2 to 100,000 subscribers right now, and it just hit 91,000. I need 9,000 subscribers on fWhip2 to get up to 100,000, which means that also will be there, because I would get 2. I'd have 2 silver play buttons. I'm just saying. Also, if you can't see it, because my lights over here are kind of bright, I got little blue LEDs. I have them blue, they can go any color, but underneath the different ones, I'm deciding on the color if I like it or not, but I like them being there. That's the point I'm at right now. Oh, somehow I got a gold nugget. Goodbye, gold nugget. You served nobody well. Just subbed? Thanks. Thank you. Ninty with the 2 months. Thank you. It'll be there one day. I would love by the end of the year. This should be enough. Perfect. I would love to hit 100K on it by the end of the year so I can have like the new one rocking into the new year. Oh, that'd be great. How's honeymoon in Italy? It was fantastic, Fishbrain. Thanks so much for the 9 months, my dude. Became a dad in the meantime. Hey, big congratulations to you, my friend. That's very exciting. Oh, no bet. One day, buddy. One day you'll get off the little stick. It's okay. Will we ever get something like X-Life again with all the mods? I mean, we had Afterlife. We'll probably do something modded after Empire Season 2 as like another just follow-up series, because I don't think people want to do like a vanilla into a vanilla into a vanilla into a vanilla. So we'll see. I don't know what it is yet. Nobody's come up with any good ideas quite yet. Well, that I've heard. Oh, I kind of forgot this. It does not exist. Actually, no, it does not, because I want to do something else down here. But look at the quarry. I haven't shown y'all this in first-person mode very much yet. Stone tiles, though. Stone tiles. Kind of got stone brick. Can work as a stone tile, I guess. Look at this. Missed a block. Ignore it. Ignore it. I really like this place. I really like how this turned out. If you saw the second short that I posted was like a quick run through of how I did this guy. I really love walking up this. It was so hard to get a thumbnail of, but I think it looks really cool in game. So it's gonna grow into like a second route into the city. It's got kind of a little bit of a back to it. We'll see what I do there. Next video should be up on Saturday. My goal is to get an Empires published Saturday. What are you hoping for the new update? I want an inventory update or an end update. I would be happy with either. I would prefer an inventory update, but I'll be happy with an end update. Because if they add more blocks to this game that I want to use to build with, and they don't give me a better way to sort my inventory, I might actually be upset. Did I see Dream's face reveal? I did. I wasn't there live, but I saw a picture of him. All I gotta say is on that real quick here, I hope none of you were doing this. I absolutely hope none of you were doing this. But the fact that hashtag Dream is ugly and hashtag he's ugly was trending with over 300,000 tweets on it on Twitter right after he did a face reveal is so messed up. That is the most messed up thing. Not the most. That is a very messed up thing. And it just goes to show how, I don't know, I was so mad at the internet that day. Like, I was very, very upset at how the internet handled it. And it was so bad because that's something that he's obviously, for reasons, kept his identity private, from whether it was social insecurities or just having, like, just not feeling secure in himself and everything like that. And then being able to come forward and be like, to 30 million subscribers, that's a huge number of people to be like, hey, this is what I look like. To come forward and do that, and then so many people just returned around and said, you're ugly, is just the worst thing ever. It was absolutely awful to see. I don't know what people are expecting, if they're expecting like a Greek god looking person who's perfect in every which way. I don't know what it was, but it was just so sad to see. So I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's just like, when people are like, oh, he's ugly, I was just, the only thing that I could think of is just like, all we know is every single person tweeting that is completely ugly on the inside. Like, there are so many things that they need to deal with themselves that they're just like pushing out on other people. And it's just like, he's really not. Like, does he just looks like an average white guy that plays video games a lot. Like, that's what it is. I mean, there's nothing insane either which way. He looks like an average person, and that's fine. I don't know. It was just rough. I was so upset as like somebody else in the creator community who has like an online presence. I was so upset for him on his behalf. I hope he's didn't take it personally or anything like that. But man, I felt bad for him. But I just had to say something. I knew it was going to come up today, and somebody was going to say something about it. Apparently, I put a table here. Don't know why I did that. But yeah, please, if you are one of those people that were saying those things or making memes about it or whatever, you need to like look inward for a second. You need to take a moment to, maybe there's something that you got to handle with about yourself. Okay, let's go now that we're repaired. Let's go get some spruce, because I need a lot of stuff. I need a lot of blocks. Yeah, people are mean. There's like the whole, I'm not going to say it correctly, but there's like the physical appearance and then like somebody's like internal appearance. And just like so many people on the internet are just not good. They're just
being
so
a
not
decent
good.
being is apparently hard, and so many just acts appalling for getting there talking with other people.
Yeah.
_f with sassy.
So many people just think, oh, it's an internet person. It doesn't matter. It's the internet. They're not a real person. When like it is a real person sitting behind every computer seat. But yeah, that's all I had to say. That's all I had to say. Charles, thank you so very much for the dono. Starting my first hardcore world tonight. Any advice? Take it slow. Where's the Mega Taiga? Oh, it's over there. Take it as slow as you can, or as slow as you feel comfortable, because there is absolutely no reason to rush things. Oh, is the Strider here? No, the Strider died, didn't he?
Starting my first hardcore world tonight. Any advice?
Right, it rained. Yeah, the Strider died. He deserved that. Tried to kill me. We're at Shop Test. We're gonna go to this one. Who did I miss? Oh, and I think I'm all caught up on notifications for once. Wow. Do you want kids? Not right now. The amount of people that have asked that on the internet since I was like, I'm married. The amount of people are like, are you having kids? Like, chill, y'all. Chill. No need to be a part of the baby pumping out society. It's okay to chill. I haven't even gotten used to having not terribly expensive health insurance yet. I will say, as a note, I've decided, since now that our lives are kind of back to normal, I really want to prioritize like my health for a bit and like staying physically active, because I felt like for a while I just wasn't being as active as I wanted to and just haven't been the healthiest. So video uploads are a little slower for a while. It's because I'm actually like making myself stick to a workout routine.
Be like fWhip.
So I'm making sure every morning I'll wake up, I take the dogs for a walk, and then I come back in and I get a good workout in for about an hour. And then I start working, whereas before it was like work, and if I was awake, work out at the end of the day. And so I'm flipping it and making sure I prioritize working out in my life. So video uploads are a little slower for a while. You know why. We'll see though, we'll see. I think I can get videos done still after I get used to it. I think I'll be able to keep energy up, but I've been a sleepy boy these last few days. Granted, jet lag added on top of 4 days in a row of working out. You can finally stop crying yourself to sleep. I know, I'm back. It's amazing. Empires will be up this Saturday, yeah. I'm returning. Everybody's like, did fWhip leave Empires? No, y'all. I just wanted to prioritize single player for a bit because it wasn't able to be spoiled by other people. Nope, that's not an X. Are you glad your face is known so you never have to go through that? Yes and no. I like it because it's easier to be like more personal with all of you here on stream, but also at the same time, yeah, I mean, I don't really mind. I don't hate it. I just kind of was like, this is what it means to be a streamer or whatever when I was first getting into streaming. So I was like, all right, this is what you do. This is how you build a more personal community. And I was like, all right, let's just rock with it. So it wasn't ever like a huge decision for me. More what became a bigger decision for me of what to share was like how much of my life I share with y'all. Because obviously I'm not sharing everything, and that's very much on purpose. Because some people are creepy. Like even when there's so many photos that I want to post on Instagram of just like fun things that have happened around the house and things like that. But every single time I look at them, I'm like, is there a street sign in the background? Is there a this in the background? Is there something that somebody could use to identify it? Like, is there any house numbers on buildings around us?
When I got married nearly 20 years ago, people asked me at my reception when I was having kids. It's that old school societal pressure thing. No,
that's completely right, Shan. Thank you so much for the dono again. I really do appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Also, Lizosaurus, thank you so much for the dono. Be like fWhip, be a good bean. Speaking of good beans. Yeah, the episode will be out soon. It'll be out soon. It's almost done. I want to get a build in. I'm trying to not. I wanted to like get a quick episode out, and then I was like, I need to build something. I want to build. So I've planned the build. I'm gathering resources for it now, and I should hopefully finish it end of day today, and then I'll toss it all to my editor Marcos, and he'll finish it up, and we'll have the video posted this weekend. So Saturday should be good. Also, I was surprised at how little the views on my channel actually dropped while I was gone. I'm very fortunate to say that I was over the summer, and granted it's end of summer, so views drop anyways, but over the summer I was getting about 7.5 to 8 million views a month on my channel, which I'm very happy to be saying that. Like, that most I've ever gotten. My previous record was 6 million, and then this summer, 3 months in a row, I was above 7 million views, so that's absurd. But then even while I was gone and not posting videos, it's still pretty much 6 million views the last 30 days. So I really appreciate that, everybody. Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell people to like the stream. I'm rusty. We have 2,500 people in here and 1,100 likes. Chat, how could you let me forget? How could you let me forget to ask you to like the stream? It's not even half of you. We haven't even got to, there's a pillager. He just walked up behind me. See, you not liking the stream summoned him. Also, Yento with the 5 gift memberships. Thank you so very much. Somebody's calling me right now. Who's calling me? Ow. Who's calling me? Ow.
Hey, Barrio.
Welcome back.
Nobody.
And congratulations, we're glad to have you in our lives again. Random question, what kind of cake did you have at your wedding?
We had a really simple cake. It was a champagne cake. We just got a little one, and then we did cupcakes for everybody else. said multiple times. Well, maybe I summoned the pillager by not reading chat. My pocket was buzzing. I had to look at my phone. It was only a pillager, not a creeper. It's fine. We had a totem. Oh, there we go. 1,500 likes now. Oh, we're getting there. I was going to turn this into a replay, but I'm kind of just chopping random trees, so it's not going to look good. Is the city going to be medieval? Yeah, it's going to be like a medieval fantasy. Mostly like Minecraft-y fantasy. So think... Oh, wow, that's a lot. Wow, we got a good amount. I want to fill at least one shulker. I want to go very medieval fantasy, but add in a little bit of like technical stuff. Pretty much like World of Warcraft fantasy levels, I guess you could say, where there's like the humans are very much just like the normal. They got some magic-y stuff around them, but then you throw in like the dwarves, the gnomes, and all those other the races that are living within Stormwind. And they all, like, the Dwarven district has, like, a bunch of random machines around that the dwarves and the gnomes built and everything like that. So I'm kind of going inspired off of that level. Just to give me more freedom in what I want to do. So I will say everything that I build pretty much fits the medieval fantasy vibe. Because sometimes I just want to have fun and add a random technical bit to the outside of something. Because why? Because I want to. Oh, 1,600 likes. We're getting there. We got Sheehan. Thank you so much for becoming a member. How you doing? Good to see you. Is this the same Sheehan from Jimmy's streams? And Scott's as well, right? Yeah, I think, yeah. Hopefully I wasn't pestering Jimmy too much today. I was like, oh, if y'all were watching Jimmy's stream, I was in his stream until like, I start stream at 10:15. I was in Jimmy's stream until 10:11. I was like, I have to go because I'm streaming in 4 minutes. It is. Hi, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for taking care of our poor Jimmy.
Pleased to meet you.
Appreciate you taking care of him. Okay, let's keep chopping. Fran with the 8 months, thank you so very much. And Billy Tofu. Sure, let's go with that. Thank you for becoming a member. You can tell it's been a while. Maybe build a massive square in the middle of it, of the city, of the itty. Dude, we're gonna build a square into itty. Why does this sound so good? It's so weird. Greetings from Germany. Is there any way for you to leak the seed? The seed I revealed in the first 10 seconds of episode 1. Make one part of the city like be like the slums or a city where all the thieves hang out. We'll do probably like a little thief's den somewhere. And we'll have some like different levels, but I really want to promote or like build a society that is about like, I don't want to have it be like, here's where the king is. I think we'll have a palace, but I think the palace is going to be almost inspired by actually when we were in Venice, we toured around Doge's palace, like Doge, the Doge. I'm probably saying that incorrectly, but that's how it's typed. That was written out, D-O-G-E, which is basically like the ruler of Venice. It was very much like a merchant society where everybody had say in things. And I'm kind of like, maybe we do like a fun way of doing that. So the palace is actually like, maybe that's where the head guy lives, but it's all like council rooms and chambers where people meet to make decisions together. And I was like, that could be kind of fun to build something like that and give a different tone to the hardcore city than just here's a king in the palace and blah blah blah, and do that traditional side. I was like, maybe we can have some more fun with it. So we'll see. Doja Cat's palace, exactly. Yeah, Doja Cat has a palace in Venice, if you didn't know. Elton John is right next door. Very palace. Much blocks, wow, exactly. It was actually so cool. It was so cool to walk through. There was so much art in there that was themed around like the history of the city instead of sheep. Most of what is preserved in Italy is preserved because the church had so much power back during the Middle Ages and things like that. And we even so a lot of the history that's preserved there is very much like religious-based history and things like that, which for somebody who's not religious, you can only really get so much of that without just being like, all right, here's another picture of some more saints. Cool. Okay, moving on. Not discounting it or anything like that, just wasn't what I was the most interested in. But we found a few places like the Doge's Palace that were more about the history of the city and how the city operated and those types of things. And that was so cool to see, just from something different and fresh and learning about the city history instead of a few famous artists that painted pictures of people. So lots of inspiration. Yeah. I'm like so excited to build and put ideas into works and things like that. But yeah, so it's really cool seeing all that stuff and everything in there. And we did this when we were in Rome. We did a walk of the Roman Forum late at night. I got some pictures I need to post on that still. I haven't really posted many photos from Rome yet. I just kind of forgot and have been busy since. But we did it with this guy who we worked with a family friend who does like a lot of travel stuff. So he helped us do travel planning, super well connected. But we did it with this guy who his Instagram is the Gladiator Guides, but he basically works with the British Museum and a lot of film production and things like that, so that the films are verified as like, he makes sure that they're historically accurate if the film wants to be historically accurate, basically. So he's like the go-to guy on Roman history and a lot of that type of stuff surrounding the Colosseum and the forums and everything. And we did that one night, just walking around and looking at everything with him. And it was so cool to see just everything from like his perspective and the history that we got, that he was able to provide for what they kind of knew and everything. And it was so interesting because the next day we went and did it like the normal tour of the Colosseum, and the amount of things that he was just like, yeah, this is actually wrong, this is how it was, this is actually incorrect, here's how it was. Like as a simple thing as like he was Sid had asked him like, well, in history it's kind of commonly known that like women weren't invited to the Colosseum and things like that. Like traditionally it's more for the men to go to and celebrate there. She was like, what do you know about that? I'm curious kind of how it worked. And he was like, actually that's not true. We don't know anything in history that like really says that they weren't strictly invited. Like he was like, there's nothing out there that actually confirms that they weren't invited. It's just that like the only thing we can confirm is that they probably didn't care very much to go. He was like, pretty much compare it to modern day UFC and things like that. And if you look in like the crowds, he's like, it's mostly guys out there. He's like, it was probably basically the same thing because society hasn't changed that much. People haven't changed all that much. So it's really cool kind of seeing everything from such a different perspective. And doing all that and like learning about the forums and everything, about why they were built and all that. Apparently ancient Rome had heated floors. That was kind of cool to learn. If you're making jokes about Dream's appearance, know that I already really don't like you. Not even that he's a great friend of mine, just you have so many things wrong with your brain. And are just a bad person. Never make fun of somebody's appearance or comment on it. Follow the old rule. This is a life tip. Life tip right here. Life tip. Big time life tip. If there isn't something somebody can change about themselves in under 30 seconds, don't comment on it. Or under 5 minutes. Let's go 5 minutes. If it's something that, ow. I'm having a life tip over here, skeleton. The pillagers are back. What if it's something somebody can't change about themselves in 5 minutes? Like, hey, you got like a smudge on your shirt, or like, hey, your makeup over here is smudged a little bit. Just as like a only do it towards friends, if anything. But like, if they can't change about themselves in under 5 minutes, like a quick trip to the bathroom can't resolve it, and just using a mirror, don't comment on it. You just don't. It's just gonna make them feel insecure. It's not good. Don't do it. Especially somebody's physical appearance. That's just key. You can keep those thoughts on the inside and leave them there. Just saying. Important tips on how to, the bare minimum to be a good person. Where did I get my hair? I actually don't have a hair. I have hair. I don't have a hair. I actually have never owned a bunny. But if you want to own a bunny, that's cool. You can probably go get them from like farm stores and things like that, or pet. Probably don't do a pet store. Probably do like a local breeder, because pet store just not good to support in that way. Life tips with fWhip, exactly. Also, yeah, if you're bored, you are the one who opened the internet tab. Actively, like, you came here. I never sent you an invitation. I didn't do anything. I was always just like, hey, I'm here. I'm doing this thing. I'm gonna chop some trees and we're gonna chill and chat about my cool honeymoon that I just got back from. And you're like, you know what? I'm gonna click on that. That's on you, homie. That's fully on you. I might be in a spicy mood a little bit, but you know, that's just because I've been gone for 3 weeks. It's all been building up. Oh my gosh, we were watching, catching up on Game of Thrones last night because we're 2 episodes behind now, actually. We watched the wedding episode. Oh my gosh. I was so bored. So absolutely bored. I wanted to stop watching. I was like, please just end this or give something cool.
Sassy
and then
returns.
I don't want to spoil it, but oh my gosh, it's worth watching through to the end. I'm weeks behind, so it's fine. But as we finished it, we heard some people outside just like being like, hey buddy, come here. Hey, hey, hey. And apparently somebody's dog had gotten out, and like 6 people were out there trying to catch this dog and they couldn't get it. It was just running around in the cul-de-sac in front of our house. And so I went out to try and help him, and I was able to get the puppy to come back. His name was Waffles. We kept trying to call the owner, and there was a phone number on the tag, and the person wouldn't pick up the phone. So we weren't able to get, the other people who were trying to chase down Waffles took Waffles with them. But it was so sad. Pro tip: if a dog's scared and running around, and just like he was just running in circles, and every time people were like, "Come here, come here." If you're trying to get a dog to be friendly towards you and like not scared of you, leaning over towards them is actually not a good way to do it, because it comes as like a power over them, because you're kind of leaning over the top of them. So if you want to get a dog to come to you that's kind of scared, actually coming down to their level and sitting, obviously judge if the dog looks aggressive or not. I just sat down on the ground, had some dog treats, and kind of tossed them to the dog, and like slowly tossed him a little bit closer to myself, and closer and closer and closer. And I got him to come and actually take a treat out of my hand, whereas before he wouldn't get within like 5-10 feet of anybody. And so I was able to get the puppy, so that we could actually like check his collar and everything like that. But yeah, pro tip: if you ever see a lost dog or a stray or anything like that that has a collar and you're trying to like help them get a home and everything like that, try and don't look like you're trying to be power over the top of them. It's the big thing. Like, don't look like you're trying to lean over the top of the dog. Like crouching down, sitting on the ground, much better route than standing tall and like leaning over. Yeah, I literally sat on the ground with my back facing the dog and just kind of like kept looking over to make sure they weren't being weird or anything like that, because Obviously, I didn't know the dog. I didn't know how he was going to react. We used to work with, growing up, we used to foster a lot of Malamutes. And so I just have a lot of experience with fosters and things like that. We usually had like 4 or 5 fosters in our house, our yard. We had a barn growing up because my mom rode horses. And then after she stopped riding horses, so we didn't have horses anymore, and we ended up filling the barn with sled dogs. And then after the sled dogs, we just kept it filling the stalls with more Malamutes in the foster program until they got put to their forever home, so they didn't have to sit in a cage. They had a big 1-acre paddock to run around in. Right, you need so much spruce wood. Trapdoors, probably. This will all go to trapdoors. If I if I don't know any better, most of it's going to trapdoors. We're probably not building anything on stream today, I'll be honest. I just really need resources for when I get to the city build, and I'm just kind of restocking today. Today's a restock day. Where's my bed? There's my bed. Maybe build a wood farm instead of chopping all the forest. No. We'll replant a lot of these saplings at the end and keep it regrowing to restore it a bit. But I really don't like wood farms. I don't know what it is, but when I build a wood farm, every single time I've done it in any series I've ever played, I get bored. The more I automate Minecraft, the less fun I have with Minecraft. That's something it's taken a lot of realization to learn. There are some things that I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to gather this. But like trees, they're easy to chop, and it gives a good excuse to do something on stream, stay active, and not feel like I'm using my creative juices. Like I can just chill, and it really started raining as soon as we slept, seriously. But sometimes it's a really loud truck. Chopping down forests is more fun. No, don't chop down forests IRL. Minecraft is fine. Hey, Shan, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for all the donos. I hope you have a fantastic day yourself. Also, I missed one earlier, apparently. I appreciate that. Thank you. And Lil Hen, thank you so much for the dono. I appreciate that. Everybody who's become a members today and all that stuff, I really do appreciate it. Be sure to leave a like if you haven't. We're almost at 2,000 likes. We're getting up there. What if you went to a creative world and worked on design for some of your buildings and villages? So that's kind of why I do this, is because it forces me to not think about building something. It's very much something, if you're trying to build in Minecraft, I think one of the best things you can do is work on it for a while and then stop. Like, don't just bash your head against the wall trying to get a build done. Like, it's okay to take a break, and sometimes taking a break can actually help you come up with a good idea, like a better idea than what you had before. Like yesterday, this is definitely the reason why I did this 100,000%. But Overwatch 2 released yesterday. If you saw the terrible live stream I did over on Twitch, thank you for putting up with that. I fixed it. I think I got it fixed, I hope. So we're going to try streaming again later on. Not today, but sometime. I got to finish the video first. Then we can have more fun game streams. But, yeah. So yesterday, I worked in the morning. I started planning a build, got it going and everything like that. And I was just things were not firing. Things weren't connecting. I couldn't design something that I liked. And then I decided to take a break for a while, played Overwatch for probably far too many hours, and came back, and 10 minutes, I was staring at this build of concrete shaping out something, trying to think of how to texture it and everything, just like literally just blah, nothing's happening. I was staring at it for like 25 minutes, couldn't come up with anything. And then after the stream, I was just like, hey, let's go give it a shot. Let's see what's happening. It took me 10 minutes to design the entire house. And it was good. And I really like it. So new build coming. Very good. Thank you, Overwatch, for helping me. Definitely very much needed Brit overwatching to get the build design. Very much Overwatch. Yeah. I need an excuse to play more, okay? Day 1 of asking fWhip to do a public server. Day 1 of fWhip saying no. I will never host my own public server unless I transfer my job into being a public server host or do what Tubbo did with Tubnet. But I have to be a lot more famous for that. Running a public server is so much work. Even running the private server that we have, thank you to all the mods for helping me out so much with it, because it's a pain in the butt. If you become a member tier 2 and higher, you get access to the private server, and can play with some other people in the community here as a thank you. But I'm never doing a public server. Public servers is so much work. I would have to take away so much from video time, or I would have to hire on so many people as like full-time employees to manage a public server, because the internet sucks. And you have to do so much to protect it and make sure everybody's having a good time that it becomes a full-time job. So no thank you. I don't want that. If I wanted to still work in database management and server management, I would have stayed at my old job. I very much left the world of server management when I became a full-time YouTuber. I'm not going back to it unless I absolutely have to. Yeah, to do a public server, I'd probably have to put in 10 to 15 hours a week minimum to make sure everything's running okay. And I don't have that kind of time. Just with the numbers. If you think about me having... There's 2,200 people in this stream right now. Even if 25% of people in here, that'd be 500 people on the server, played on the public server. That would be so much to manage, 500 people, making sure that they're all following the rules, everything's okay, nobody's having any issues. It's Minecraft, there will be issues. How much spruce do you want exactly? Yes. Yes. Yes, spruce. You all think spruce just like grows on trees or something. No, we got to get out here and chop them all down. It is the tree. Anima's like, if you do that, I will have a heart attack. I will. ASMR chopping session. If you just like don't listen to my voice, this is basically an ASMR chopping session. Yeah, I've got a few more builds that I want to plan out for the city here before I start working on like building and recording the episode, just because I've realized that for me as a builder, planning and creative, I have so much more fun with. I know a lot of people, there's been this recent trend, and I'm just kind of bashing things that have happened while I've been gone on stream today, but it's fine. But there's been this recent trend that some hardcore YouTubers have started where they're specifically titling their video with no creative mode planning, no Lightmatica used, and they're just like building from there. Like, if that's how you want to play the game, go for it. But it's been popping up in my comments more and more of people being like, you use Lightmatica, you're basically cheating in here. Like, do your next build without any creative planning and just do it. I'm like, no. That's not how I have fun in this game. I'd rather plan things out and make something that looks nice and then build it in game and really enjoy what I look at instead of it being a thrown together thing of just the materials I had on hand. So it's just another one of those things, you know. Aha. Ender pearls. Hey, I'm barely on the server, get nervous whenever somebody asks for help. That's fair, that's fair, that's fair. I also get nervous when somebody asks for help because I'm like, I don't know what to do. Go ask Liz. She'll know. Or eggs. Liz or eggs. They'll have the answer. When a tree farm is happening, I don't plan to ever make a tree farm in this world. I made a cobblestone generator on Empires purely because I wanted to have a way to get mass cobblestone and stone for other people on the server. But you probably won't see me ever make a cobblestone farm in here. I think stones and cobblestones are stuff that I want to keep farming manually. Because I think it's I find it really relaxing. I don't know about you all, but I actually really enjoy gathering resources in this game. Also, if I didn't enjoy gathering resources, why am I playing survival? Don't want this seed. It's coming back to me. I like planning big builds, the small ones, meh. Yeah. Yeah, the small builds, I'll just throw together farmhouses and things like that without any planning. Like, we do that on stream a lot. But I also know kind of roughly the blocks I want to throw in there. But once you get into, like, a big build and you get into, like, oh, I want to use fence gates, but which type of fence gate do all those? Like, just crafting all those materials. In Minecraft's current inventory update, like, inventory version, there's no way I want to try and do, like, a big build on the fly and, like, fully detail it. Like that, I want creative mode to be able to just scroll through and try something. No. Okay, try this. No. Okay, try that. No. But, you know, it's fine. It's a good thing that nobody's forcing anybody to do anything in this game, right? Right? I'm not trying to force anybody to do anything, right? Yeah. Look at that. Yeah. Hey, we hit 2,000 likes. I called. I did. Eggs, I was saying you know everything. Eggs, Liz, and Sabo. If anything's ever wrong, I go to them. They always know the answer. I have been on Empires, yes. For those asking about the prank. I have been on Empires. The video's almost done. It'll be out on Saturday. By the way, today, actually, I want to do this. I want to do this. There is somebody who is at 99,000. Baby zombie. We'll get to this in a second. But they are at. I gotta do this. Okay. Okay. I gotta do this. We're helping a Minecrafter out today. We're helping a Minecraft creator out today. If you do not know this person right here, let's go back to gameplay. If you don't know of this guy, ENXL4, he's at 99,200 subscribers. So if there's any of you that are in here and have not subscribed to him, go subscribe to him. But if you want, he does a series called Minecraft Elegance. It is absurd. It is so insane. Every farm in here takes like maybe 2 minutes to build. They're just so quick. They're so easy. Like this one right here. I'm building this on Empire soon. This is... Do you see that list of materials in his inventory right here? Do you see this? That is the farm. That is all the blocks you need for the farm to build one of the best copper farms in all of Minecraft. Can you post a link in chat? Yeah, let me get it. Please go subscribe to this dude. There's a bunch of links in there. If you have not subscribed to him, please do it. Also leave a comment on the video saying fWhip says hi. Because he does a good job. He does such a good job on his videos. Hey, 200 of you. Thank you. Y'all are amazing. I appreciate you. Let's share some love in the Minecraft community today. This dude is way too smart. Way too smart. You've probably seen people build this one 800,000 drops per hour on a piglin bartering farm. 800,000 drops per hour on a piglin bartering farm. You want to see how small this thing is? He has shulker box loaders built into it because it produces so many items. Let me see. Where can I get a shot of it? But yeah, it's the spawning platform up here. And then, yeah, that is the farm. 800,000 drops per hour. And this is the farm. I don't know if they're Bedrock. I know they're Java. I know that much. But it's just one of those things that, like, this person is somebody who just knows this game so well. And so I wanted to give him a shout out today. I was watching their copper farm video this morning, and refresh his page now. Hey, 5. We only need 500 more people in there. But yeah, I just had to say that. I had to say that today. Big shout out to ENX04. That dude has revolutionized this game, and he doesn't even use any insane mechanics. Like, that's my favorite part of it, is most of what he does is just using a base mechanic, and he's like, hey, have you thought about it this way? Get him a silver play button, huh? He's earned it. He has 100% earned it, because the amount of people that steal his builds and make tutorials off of them and get so many more views is absurd. I'm looking at you, Shulkercraft. Thanks for featuring my hardcore world, but I'm still looking at you. Oh, no, that's not a log. Okay, let's finish this shulker, and then that should be fine. Whoop. Ah. Minecraft or craft mine? Dude, I don't know. I prefer mining and then crafting, but if you want to craft and then mine, you can do that too. Being married is fun as long as you have separate bank accounts. Where'd that come from? Being married is fun as long as you have your money separated. I mean, we still do. We haven't actually figured out what we're doing on that route. We'll get that sorted soon. That's a future problem. How was Italy? Amazing. It was so cool. I know I'm a family-friendly channel, but I still think it's totally fine to talk about. The amount of wine we drank in Italy, oh my God. Also, how dirt cheap it was. If you are somebody in Italy who owns a little restaurant, especially in Tuscany, holy cow, that was some of the best wine I've ever had. And we drink a lot of wine. We really enjoy wine. A lot of our family members really enjoy wine. And so my mom's fiance has turned the basement of their house into a wine cellar. So they have a 500 something bottle wine cellar in their basement now. So, like, our family drinks a lot of wine. They really like wine. And so we taste a lot of really good wines. And we were buying these bottles at just random little restaurants in Tuscany, and especially the white wine in Cinque Terre. Oh, it was so good. But, like, the most we ever spent on a bottle, like an entire bottle of wine in Italy, was maybe, I think, $30. And on average, we probably spent about $10 to $15 on a bottle of wine that was the best wine we have ever had. I've been to many parties where people are like, yeah, this bottle of wine was $250. I want everybody to taste a little bit of it. I've been aging it in my cellar for 10 years, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, it was really good. But also, I think this $10 bottle of wine I got in Tuscany was better. Amazing, absolutely amazing. And we've taken photos of every single bottle that we tried, and like to see if we can ever find them. But every single time we asked them, all of the restaurant owners were like, no, it's small batch. You see those grapes on the hill over there? That's where it's grown, actually, and it's only sold to the restaurants here in this village. And we're like, I want this. And they're like, we only produce 300 bottles a year or 400 bottles a year. I'm just like, why can't I have it at home? I want it. Do I have keybinds for my hotbar slots? No, it's 1 through 9. You don't need to set keybinds for them. It's automatically in the game. But I have a 12-button mouse, so I click them off my thumb. You bring any wine home? We did. We when we were in Cinque Terre, we stayed in Manarola, and there's this little restaurant down by the water that I'm blanking on the name of, but they do a pesto making class. And if you ever go to Manarola and like want to do a little touristy thing that's also really cool, do the pesto making class. It's the one down all the way at the bottom. It's overlooking the little harbor, and it's so fun. But they do the pesto making class, and if you are one of the people who makes the best pesto, there's like 40 tables, 50 tables, and they choose 10 people. And if you're one of the 10 tables that gets the best pesto of the day for different things, they will give you a bottle of wine as a prize. And also like a thank you for coming to the class. So we won. we got one of the best pestos of the day. So we brought home a bottle of wine from that, but that was the only one we brought home. So that was, we're gonna open that one up soon. It's only a half bottle though, so it'll be a nice little memory. But oh my gosh, that pesto that we made, they were talking about like where all the stuff came from, where they got the basil, where they got like the oil, and all those different things that they had for it, and oh, so good. Never, all pesto in the future is ruined because of how good that was. It ended up looking almost like a guacamole for those who haven't tried like legit pestos, because I never had before. We always get like the store-bought stuff here at home, but like, ooh, so good. Were you on a tour bus? No, we never did a bus. We like to tour and see things and do all that stuff, but we hate not hate, but we don't enjoy the typical tourist route of get on a bus and ride around and things. I very much prefer to walk, and all our family members kept saying, just go get lost. Go get lost in the cities you're visiting, and then like have your phone to map you home. And so that's what we did. We pretty much like mapped somewhere, and then we would wander the streets and see what we could find. And if some restaurant smelled really good, we would stop and eat food there. So like I couldn't tell you anything about the names of the restaurants really, because we just kept wandering into them. Until we got to Cinque Terre, then we had to start doing reservations every night because there's more people there. So you'd have to get a reservation, otherwise you were eating at 9 p.m. I love hearing this, but it's nearly lunchtime. I'm salivating. Sorry, Shan. I know, it's almost lunchtime over here, too. Also, I will say, I'm lactose intolerant. So, like, cheese for me typically is a no. Like, don't do it. Also, tomatoes really mess me up. I had 0 issues with food in the entire time in Italy. I was eating cheese. I was eating tomatoes. I was totally fine. Absolutely totally fine. No stomach pain or anything the entire time there. And then we get home and I had like one small cherry tomato, and I was like, oh no, my stomach hurts. I was just like, all these like things where the US is like, yeah, all these people are now lactose intolerant. It's like, whatever they're putting in the food here in the US, we need some new health standards, because I had no issues at all in Italy. I was amazed. So I really enjoy cheese and tomatoes, and so I was like, oh, this is gonna be hard going to Italy. Like my stomach's gonna hurt the whole time. And the first night I was like, wait, I didn't get stomach pain? And then the next night I was like, something's different here. Yeah, that's because food in Europe is actual food. It's like more than 50% actual food, unlike the US. You tried growing your own tomatoes? We haven't yet. Actually, our neighbors grow tomatoes. The tomatoes our neighbors grow are like, they're purple. They're really cool. They're very tasty. Well, I don't think that one bothered my stomach back then. a move to Europe. Maybe one day. We'll see. We've joked about, like, if Sid, the company she works for is international, and so they have, like, a London office and those, and we've joked about being like, maybe she just moves to the London office and we go live in London for a few years. But then we're like, but what do we do with the doggies? We can't, it'd be difficult taking the dogs to London. But who knows? We'll see what the next chapters of life bring. Right now, we're very happy being back home here. Right now, I have absolutely zero complaints about being back home. I am very, very happy being in my own space again. Yeah, they're like a dark purple, the tomatoes. Like a purpley red. They're very, very tasty. I don't know what type they are. But it was like when we moved in when we moved into our house, it was like prime tomato season apparently. Or at least like when we got to know them. So they're like being nice neighbors, being like, oh my gosh, you have to try these. We've been growing them for years. We absolutely love them. And we tried them. We're like, oh my God, it's amazing. Need English accent flip? I don't think I would. I think it's a little too late to pick up on an accent. I don't know. I did, without a second thought, say cheers last night when I was playing Overwatch with Catherine and Shelby. I was like, all right, I gotta go make dinner. Cheers, bye. And I was just like, I got off and I was like, what? The English folks are rubbing off on me. Cheers has apparently entered my vocabulary. We're full! We did it! And extra, actually. Okay, let's plant a bunch of big boys. I don't want to ruin this course dirt, though. How can I share fan art if I don't use social media? If you use Discord, we have a Discord channel for fWhip art. But outside of that, I don't really know. Okay, we're gonna put some of these guys here in the middle. I want to make it look a little foresty again. Okay, we've got 2 shulkers of spruce. I thought people in America also said cheers. Not as much as people in the UK. I think the people in America who say cheers actively picked it up from the people in the UK. We're like, I like this word. I'm going to use this word. Which is a good word. It's a good word. Telepathically transmit the archers. How much spruce wood have you stripped in this world? Is there a stat to see how much you've stripped? That'd be kind of funny. I'm sure it'd be very high because I don't really build out of unstripped logs anymore. Since stripped logs got added into the game, I really just said bye to unstripped logs and builds. I'll use unstripped oak, but that's about it. I think that's probably, even that is very rare. Yeah, no, I can't think of any others. Maybe unstripped spruce, maybe, as like for flooring, but that'd be about it. Where'd my other shulker go? It's in here, okay. Also, this mod I installed that allows you to look in and see like what's in the shulkers and the ender chest. So good. Absolutely amazing. And let's go home. Is this home? I think this is, yeah, there's that. Okay. Wow, we cleared all of that. Okay, I can't leave this one tree right here. Come on now. Come on. Yep. Is it a sever? I don't know. We haven't severed anything today. Oh no. The Overwatch crew is chatting. Am I being called? Do you have any recommendations for places to go in Italy? Venice, we absolutely love Doge's Palace. It's right outside of St. Marco's Plaza. If you're looking at the church at the end of St. Marco's Plaza, it's to the right, towards the water. It's beautiful. It's so fun. You learn about the history of Venice and like how their political system worked. That was amazing. In Tuscany, walking around Siena was so cool. We wanted to make it to Florence, but we wanted to do more than a day trip there, so we ended up not. We're saving that for a future trip. And then I absolutely love Cinque Terre. Anywhere in there. If you can get to Cinque Terre and just tour around the villages, it's beautiful. If you like hiking, you can hike between all of them. If you don't like hiking, you can take the train. We hiked between one, and it was amazing. It was so cool. And then we did the train between a few others, which was worth it. You can buy like a day pass train ticket for like $15. Let me go put these things back real quick. So that was beautiful. That was so fun. Rome, we did kind of the stereotypical stuff. We went to the Colosseum, which was so cool at night. Walking around Rome at night, like after the sun is set, better than during the day. I think it was so much better seeing it at night. So they've added all these beautiful lights to everything to like illuminate the structures, and it just makes them look so much different than they do during the day, and less people. So that was big worth. So that was all super fun. Yeah, I think everywhere we went was beautiful. You can't go wrong. The one big recommendation that we did get from family that was so worth it was to, anytime you're like in a touristy area, if you want food, travel like a block or two off of the touristy section and then get food. The prices go down like 30%, and the quality of the food goes up about 30%, and it was so worth it. We did once when we first got in Venice, we did like a touristy place to a little snack and some coffee and it was so expensive, and it was not good at all. It was good, but it just like wasn't great. And then we walked like 2 blocks away, grabbed lunch a few hours later, and it was so much better. Absolutely amazing. Just build an automatic storage. That technically is automatic. Okay, we got all that. That's cool. Next up, birch logs. Birch logs are kind of annoying to gather, I will say. Also, I'm curious. Stats, items, items used. Ooh, 72,000. We're gonna catch up on our sand placed. Oh, is the culture shock? The biggest culture shock, I think, for us, outside of like the language barrier, because neither of us speak much Italian at all. I don't think you can even say we speak any. We picked up on some words, but that was about it. But the biggest culture shock was, if you're sitting down for like a meal, you're sitting down for 2 hours. Whether it's lunch or dinner, you are sitting down for a long time. And compared to the US, where somebody's coming to your table every 30 seconds to be like, can I get you anything else? Can I get you a refill? Can I get you another drink? Do you want to order anything? Oh, you're done? Do you want your check? Like, that's very much, I feel like, how the US is structured. And then there, it's interesting because when you sit down, you order everything at once. There's no like, hey, let's order appetizers now, and then we'll think about what we want for a main course. No, you're like, you order everything you want at once. You don't really get like a second round of, hey, do you want a refill? Do you want any more drinks or anything like that? You order it all at the beginning, and then they slowly bring it out to you over the next hour, and then you just chill and slowly eat, and then you get your check about another 45 minutes later. And that was like the biggest shock for us, because it's so different from American society, of just like, American society is trying to flip tables as quick as you can, because obviously like, that's how employees get paid more and, quote, give better service, apparently. In the US, is just flip tables and go, 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 go. Whereas, I don't know, like in the UK, people don't live off of like tips. and things like that. So like they actually get paid a living wage, which is apparently bonkers to Americans, but it was cool to see. So they're just a lot more chill. Did you get jet lag? Oh my gosh. The first, our entire time in Venice, we had so much jet lag. It was a bummer, but we just kind of pushed through it to be able to see more. It was fine. We still got to see everything, but we kept waking up at like 1 a.m. and would just be awake for 2 hours, watch some TV or something, and then go back to sleep and wake up again at like 7 or 8. So that was a lot. The jet lag coming back hasn't been as bad, but it's definitely still noticeable. Actually, it's worked out in my favor because I keep waking up at 6 a.m. So I'm like, all right, 6 a.m., let's go. Like, mess around on my phone for 20 minutes, get out of bed, take the dogs on a walk, and get a workout in. And then I'm on my computer by 8 a.m. still, whereas I used to get out of bed at like 8:15, take the dogs out for a walk, and be on my computer by 9. So I've had so much more time in the mornings. I'm kind of loving it. I kind of want to keep up with it. We'll see how long it lasts. I was a waitress for a year in the U.S. Tip culture is so bad. Yeah, it's rough. I really appreciate that in Seattle, they've just added, like, most restaurants now just do a 20% gratuity charge on your checks, like, automatically, so you don't have to think about it. But the amount of times I've seen, like, tourists come through and, like, yell at the waiter, being like, I'm a good tipper. Why are you putting a 20% charge on my thing? Like, and they're just mad that there's automatic 20% tip on there. They're like, I'm a good tipper. You don't tell me how much I'm tipping. I'll tip and I'll leave a good tip myself. And it's like every time I see somebody do that, I'm just like, you're probably not. You're probably gonna leave like $2, $3. But yeah, I could never work that life. I mean, granted, me being a content creator, part of what I do is working for tips, because obviously a big portion of my income is off donations. But yeah, I could never do anything like a full service industry job. If any of y'all do that, you are much more talented than I am in so many ways, and so much more patience. I would never be able to deal with annoying customers. I'd just be like, just leave, just go away. 20% tip is actually high a bit. Depending on where you are. I think a 20% tip is, that's what I leave every time I go somewhere. But that's, anytime I ask about tipping culture and things like that, there's so many people in the comments that are like, 20% is really high. Like, that's too much of a tip. And then there's other people who are just like, I don't know, maybe not. For me, I think a 20% tip is actually, if like they were good, like did their job and it wasn't an issue, I think it's totally valid. I think it's amazing. Like, that's perfect. Yeah. 25% too. Yeah. Depending, like 20% tip, if you go out to lunch, is like what, $6, $8? Like, that's fine. You can afford that if you're going out to pay for lunch. So like a nice sit down lunch, I guess. Especially by how understaffed wait staff are now. They're working their butts off. Try and make sure you have a good experience. Yeah, the 20% has replaced it, but also if you think about it, cost of living has went up so much, and the cost of restaurant items have not really. So like your lunch is probably still about $12 or whatever, $13 for a meal, but like rent and cost of living and everything like that is so much higher for people, and so somehow people have to have more income, otherwise they're hurting. Like, with how high cost of living is becoming, it's like, it is what it is. People need to be able to support themselves, and society's not doing it for them right now. So yeah, if anybody's a Karen, like, I would not be able to at all deal with Karens if I was working as a waiter. I would just be like, I already know you're not going to give me a tip at all, so I'm not even going to give you any attention as a server. Yeah, servers in the US make like $2 an hour because tips are supposed to bring them up to minimum wage, which is just dumb. because minimum wage is so much lower than it should be anywhere in the world with our current cost of living. Have you ever been out of the country before your honeymoon? I'd been to Europe once as a kid, but it was like first grade. Outside of that, we go up to Canada usually once a year, and I've been to Mexico a few times, but second time out of North America, yeah. My puppy just turned a year old 2 days ago. Can you tell her happy birthday? Her name is Freya, and she's a Yorkie. Oh, cute. You have, I don't know, if you are a Mythical Sausage fan, you'll have to send him a picture. I believe he has Yorkie.
Hey, for real.
Hey fWhip. My puppy turned a year old 2 days ago.
Happy birthday.
Could you tell her happy birthday? Her name is Freya and she's a
You better
Yorkie.
go get them a puppuccino. Unless their stomachs don't do well with whipped cream, then I totally understand not getting a puppuccino. But if they can have a puppuccino, they deserve a puppuccino. And photos of them eating a puppuccino are always welcome. Karen's on Sundays after church. I don't want to get myself in too much hot water here. But when they go... It's just that stereotype of like going to church, being like, we're becoming so one, and like, we're celebrating like goodness and preaching about how we need to be good to each other. And then they leave and are just an absolutely terrible person as soon as they walk out the door. I grew up going to a like kind of going around church and everything like that. It didn't really stick too well with me. But I have so many memories of like church ending and then like us walking out and like talking to people and being like, oh, I hope you have a great rest of the weekend. And then people getting in their cars as they're leaving the church, and the same person that we were just having a great conversation with, talking about how they're having such a nice day, they're in there just yelling at somebody who's pulling out too slow out of their parking spot to try and get out of the parking lot to go home, and they're just like shouting and just like I have a vivid memory of somebody's like just like forehead veins and neck and just like just like totally yelling. It's like, didn't we just talk about being a good person? Didn't we just literally like 10 minutes ago talk about going and being a good person to others around us? Did we? I thought we were all listening to the same thing. Did I misunderstand? I don't know. That's the hypocrisy. Wow, this is I must have deleted chunks here or something. The tree broke. Let's see. F through G? Yep. Chunk boda. Love from India. Hi, how you doing? It's a messed up church. I don't know if it's the church or the people. Out of fear of getting canceled, I will not share further stories that I have. Because I'm supposed to be a family-friendly Minecrafter or something. But by the way, if you didn't know, big kind of cool announcement. I streamed on Twitch yesterday. I've fixed the stream since then, so it should be much better frame rate-wise. But I want to start streaming non-Minecraft games, just because I play a lot of games, and there's so many games on my list that I want to play moving forwards. So I just kind of want to play. If y'all want to show up and chill, I'd love chatting with y'all. But they're going to be super chill and also probably not family friendly. Because I think there's something very important to be known that, like, it's a pretty unrealistic thing to expect people to be family friendly all throughout everything in their life and things like that. Like, it's just people are people. And I'm very much a person. And so, like, when doing Minecraft content, because it's more for the audience that I have and a trust that's been developed between all of us. I might have had a slip in the last hardcore video because I almost died. But like, I stay family friendly on content here, but I'm very much not as a person. I'm not going to be swearing a bunch, but I'll be more casual. So if you want to see me doing some non-Minecrafty games and things like that, drop a follow on the Twitch page. It's just fWhip over there. We're gonna be doing some stuff. I want to stream the new World of Warcraft expansion when it comes out. I've got a few city builder games that I'm interested in checking out. Manor Lords is one of them. And then Against the Storm, I actually just got a key for it. So I kind of want to check that out too. It looks really cool. It's kind of like a fantasy city builder type thingy. Looks fun. No Roblox. I will never play Roblox. Jimmy's really trying to get me to play Roblox. He's trying to get all of us to start Roblox channels, and I can't do it. fWhip after hours. Yeah, fWhip after dark. Probably quite literally it'll be dark out when we're streaming. But yeah, so I figured I'd just mention that if anybody wants to join. I'm gonna be doing some non-Minecrafty things over there. All Minecraft streams will stay here on YouTube. So if I'm ever streaming Minecraft and stuff, which I'll keep to the current schedule, I'm hoping video stuff will keep to current schedule too. Well, back to the old schedule. Current schedule is not that great this last month. I really should have been getting the leaves here because I use so many birch leaves, but I can't be bothered. No thank you on Roblox. It's not my vibe. Not my vibe. Play Raft. I would love to play Raft. That was so fun playing with, what was it? Me, Jimmy, Joel, and Grian. That was such a funny stream. You should try Terraria. I played Terraria. I would love to do some more like AAA games. Like I really want to check out the Horizon Forbidden West when it comes to PC. Because I played Zero Dawn and loved it. That was so good. Whenever the new Elder Scrolls game comes out that they've been teasing for 5 years, so you know, if I'm still streaming in 2030, we'll play the new Elder Scrolls game when it releases. Mostly just like RPGs and city builders and stuff like that. I've been very interested in checking out. I do not like playing EA Sports games at all. No. I played some growing up just because friends played them, but I just was never very into them. Yeah, God of War Ragnarok would be cool. Red Dead, I don't get cowboy fantasy. I grew up, I have family in Montana who are little ranchers. They own a cattle ranch. So like I grew up with the cowboy fantasy kind of in real life, and I don't get it. I'm not a big fan of just guns and gun video games and things like that. Like Overwatch is about the only like first person shooter game that I play because it's very much like fantasy and sci-fi and everything like that. Like it's not really, you're not walking around with a double barrel shotgun or anything like that. I don't like how much guns have taken place in culture and everything like that. It's just not my vibe. It's something that I just don't think needs to be so celebrated and whatnot, especially in video games. So I don't play games that have like real world guns in them. Like I don't like Call of Duty. I don't like Red Dead. And so I don't know. It's just not something I care about playing. I do love Diablo. You right, Will. You right. When Diablo 4 comes out, ooh, we're going to be all over that. Yeah, sandboxy games, city builder games, good, cool, like fantasy RPG games. I'll be all over all of those. There's my bed. There's the pink bed. No. If Minecraft will never add guns. They've already announced that, which is great. I'm very happy about that. We've even said like on Empires, like I know Joey has his little like very cartoony looking pirate gun, but we were even talking about, because Jimmy at first was like, so I think I'm gonna get like an old Western rifle for my bow, and we're like, maybe not, Jimmy. maybe we just avoid the guns. So I don't know what he's gonna do in the end with it, but we'll see. My vote, Sniffer. Right now, I am 100% team Sniffer. Rascal is stupid. It's not stupid. Rascal is useless. Unless it's giving enchanted diamond pickaxes, which I doubt they'll do, because then why would anybody mine for diamonds? Again, you already don't need to mine for diamonds because you can get it all through villager trading. 1 emerald. 1 emerald, you can work your way up to a full set of enchanted diamond armor and tools. That's literally all you need is 1 emerald and some carrots. Maybe some sheep for beds. But you can actually steal beds from a village, so no, you don't. Team green or team black? I'm not that far into it. Actually, I guess we did watch the wedding one last night. So I guess I'm aware of team green. I'm assuming team black is Targaryens. Yeah, right now, Sniffer. Sniffer all the way. Sniffer's so good. New plants? Are you kidding? If I ever voted for anything against getting new plants in Minecraft, what even is my brand? How's married life? It's been good. It's been funny because as we crawled into bed last night to go to sleep, I was talking to Sid. I was like, I kind of miss you. She was like, what do you mean? I was like, well, we hung out for 2 weeks straight, like literally doing everything together on the honeymoon. And we come back and we just get into work life and back to the normal. Like, I was like, kind of miss you. It was just kind of funny because we were like, just work, like honeymoon, everything together, always chatting 24/7, back into work. And it's like, wait, what? But it's been good. It's been really nice. No problems over here. Honestly, not much has changed. We already live together. We already had 2 dogs together. We already had a house together. We already had a car together. Not much has changed at all. The only thing that has really changed is that I'm now on her health insurance plan. Which is true love. If that's not the epitome of true love, I don't know what else. Because health insurance in the US is expensive. Stardew Valley? You think I don't already have 500 hours in Stardew Valley? What are you doing? Stardew Valley got us through COVID. That was the first game that I got Sid to play with me, where like we put a lot of time into it, and it was in like the dark time of COVID, like the there's no light at the end of the tunnel yet COVID, and it's like don't walk outside or you could die. Not trying to make light of it, but just like the early periods, you know, we all lived through it. And so we started like 3 Stardew Valley farms and played like the first 2 years, and then would start a new one and then do a different route and then start a new one on a new map layout and all that. And our farm names, as they went throughout, their first was just like our farm, like like our last name the first one was like Koda's farm. And then the second one I can't remember, but the third one was Isolation Island. And we were just like, whoa, things are getting a little dark here. It's a little dark. Like, are we okay? Yeah, y'all, for me, just to have health insurance, because I'm self-employed and don't have an employer to do it, I was pretty much on like the worst health insurance plan you can get. And I was spending $500 a month just to have insurance. And each time I went to the doctor for like a yearly checkup, they're still like, okay, it's gonna be another $300 and your copay. I was like, what? Don't I pay for insurance? Shouldn't that cover this? And they're like, you don't pay for the expensive insurance. No. Sid has never played Minecraft. No. I think she kind of keeps it as a trophy at this point if my job is Minecraft and she still has never played it. But we do owe y'all a stream, so it'll happen soon. Ish. We've actually been talking about it. I've got the second setup ready to go. There's a second Minecraft that can be in here. I'm mostly trying to figure out how to do the stream layout because I want to have it so I need to get a cam link. I want to buy one of those Elgato cam links because I actually want to get a new webcam. I don't like my current one. It's fine. Like the picture looks okay, but it runs off of my computer processing power to run the webcam, which is stupid. Why a webcam needs to do that, I don't know. To give it a good picture, but I don't know. So I want to buy an actual camera, like a Sony DSLR something or another. Just stream our Stardew Valley games. Yeah, we got to get back to that. We tried. We really tried for a while. Yeah, when I first went to the doctor for like, I was just like, hey, my stomach hurts when I eat these foods. Is there anything we can do about it? And literally the response was, don't eat those foods. And I was like, okay, but is there anything we can do about it? He was like, no, don't eat them. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he legit got a bill like 3 weeks later. And it was like, $300 for your visit. I was like, this was less than 10 minutes. And all he told me was what I already know of, oh, these hurt, don't do that. It's like, don't eat those. It's like, but I want to. So you're going Sony? I don't know about Sony, but that's kind of the one I keep seeing. I don't know. I really like the one Jimmy has and Shelby and all those. Like, they have good cameras, so I might just get one of theirs because they'll be able to help me set it up, but we'll see. All right, chat. I gotta go use the restroom real quick. I gotta go to the bathroom. We're gonna chill here for just a sec, and I will leave y'all with some music bumping, and I'll be right back. Eggs, you're in charge. Cool. Thanks. BRBs. We back. Egg says comment your favorite emote. Nice. Good job. Good job. Oh, he said it. Hit the bell icon. Thank you, Eggs. You did great. You did great. Okay. We're back. We're chilling. Finally. Finally. I was gone for a minute and a half. Eat water? You eat water. That'd be ice. Was that ice? More birchwood is all I know. Chairstream was better? True. I mean, if y'all donated to Chairstream more, Chairstream would be around more. Chairstream just doesn't result in the monetary gain. I'm kidding. Ah, the old YouTube. Hey, I'll be right back. Just hold tight for a minute. Lose 500 viewers. Nice. I was paused. If you didn't know, Java Edition, F3, escape. Game paused, but no menu. Ah, if you want to like fly up in the air with an elytra and look down at something. Like here, I'll show you. Whew. Whoop. You just do that. You can pause. An evolution to Mumbo's fly away and look back at it. Also, I'm thinking, by the way, question for you, chat. Question for you. This is a very important question. Actually, I think I have the answer. I'm thinking about getting a small couch in this room. So I'm thinking either a couch over there underneath the window. Let's see, window right there. Like do a little like, it's gonna be like a little 2-butt couch. We do a couch there, or we can do a couch back here. Window couch or wall couch? To the window or to the wall? Where do I... A puppy bed, exactly. It's for the dogs to lay out. That's the whole point. Like a love seat, yeah. To the window or to the wall? Actual couch or love seat? It'll be like a 2.5 butt couch. Wall couch, wall couch. Under window for sure. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. I haven't found one that I like yet. The only problem is it has to be pretty skinny. Like it can't be like too far. We'll see. Window couch, a lot of window couch. My other thought was do wall couch and get a tiny desk for the window, because I'm thinking about moving to like a double PC setup, and I could have that, but I could also hook that up off of this monitor here. So we'll see. I kind of want a double PC setup. It's just going to be kind of a pain of where do I put the other keyboard and mouse. Wall couch because of the door. Yeah. Because I already have the second PC. If my old one still works well enough to be a stream PC, which it should. It's got a i9 990K in it. So if I'm CPU throttling, it should be fine. It's got a 2080 and an i90 to 990K. So I hope that's still good enough to run a stream. If not, I'll reach out to the guys that built my current PC and see if they can help me build a stream PC. They actually, I will say, Seattle built PCs. They're the people who built my current PC. When I tweeted yesterday and complained about OBS being stupid and causing the stream to lag so much yesterday for the Overwatch stream on Twitch, they actually reached out to me in a DM and were like, hey, we've actually heard a lot of creators having this issue, so we looked into it, and here's what we found is actually a way to fix it. And their fix worked. So I gotta give them a big shout out for that. I had to downgrade my OBS version and check a bunch of driver updates and things like that to get on certain versions of things, and it made it a lot better. And they also told me about a few settings to turn on and off in OBS to help with some performance that I didn't really know about. So hopefully the stream's even better than it used to be. What would be the best PC for Minecraft? There's no one answer to that. Get yourself a 2-signal wireless keyboard, hot swap between the systems. That would be great, except for the wireless keyboard point. I don't do wireless on computer stuff. My mouse is hardwired, my keyboard's hardwired. Can't do it. Babe Talk, thank you so much for the donut. Hello. Babe Talk? I don't know. Ryzen 5 RTX 3060. See, I got that, except the 3080 Ti. Woo! Same, but still true. No, I think if I do a second setup, I will get a little wireless one that'll like sit right here that I can just like pop out. Just like a little micro keyboard. Window couch will block the door. I think there's enough space. There's enough space that I could shove it to the right. The window's pretty long. It's the whole wall. I was talking with Sid about it, and she was like, yeah, I never really come and hang out in the office because there's nowhere for me to sit. I'm like, true, there legitimately is only the one chair that I am sitting my butt in right now in this office. So it makes sense. I had a couch in the old office, but there were no windows, so it was always really dark in there. You played Tekken? I'm not much of like a Street Fighter player. Smash Bros, all those, like, not a fan. Mostly because, Will, I'm looking at you when I'm saying this. When I try and play it with friends, I always am just like, yeah, I suck. And they're like, yeah, no, come on, just play and you'll get better. And then I start playing and they're just like doing all these combos. I'm just like, hey, just da. And they're like, yeah, so you do this combo, and then they're like 2-3 minutes in, they're like, all right, now we fight. And it's just like, boop, I'm dead. It's playing like any sort of fighting game with somebody who's above your skill level is instantly not fun for one person. It doesn't matter if it's one-on-one, there's instantly no fun for one of the people involved. And it's usually the person who's worse. Or the person who's better is very much like trying to play poorly so that you can like win. They're like, oh, I won't go 100%. And it's just like, all right, but yeah, all right. Why will you chop down the trees? I kind of want to eventually build out in this area, and I wanted to clear the birch forest because I really love the terrain out here. Minus that random snow and ice bit right there. Outside of that, this place is perfect for a build. We're playing footsie, Hadouken. That's all I know. Get the soccer ball out from underneath the car. You're back. We missed you. Yay! We back. We're doing it. Hopefully back on a normal schedule. I'm gonna get back to Wednesday streams for sure. I kind of want to do 2 days on Twitch, just like an hour and a half here and there, just playing some random games.
Hey, for real.
You're back. We missed you, Smile.
I've been playing Wrath of the Lich King Classic and just like chilling. I'm starting to level a hunter. I'm level 20. I got a boar. His name is Snort. Because I had to. But I've been playing that, so I've been like, maybe I just like chill and stream that for a little while. But then I'm like, but I should have started at level 1 on stream. But nah. Why are you collecting birch? Because it's a great block. I love me some stripped birch. Have you played Dragon Age? Last one I played was Inquisition. I don't know if that's the latest. If there was ever a new one. But it's good games. Good games. Where did I get my music from? Epidemic Sounds. Are we full? 24. Okay, we're just doing one shulker here. Don't worry. Then we'll go get Dark Oak. Ah, perfect. It was meant to be. Look at all of that. We started over there. I just went. It's fine. To the Dark Oak Forest. You can. What? You can get an egg statue in your hardcore world? Why do I want an egg statue? Yeah, we need it. Xavier, you're right. We do need an inventory update big time. I am pro team inventory update. Yeah, inventory update would be so nice. If maybe one day. The problem is I don't know how they can do an inventory update without just adding like super shulkers, without like ruining so much of like Minecraft lore. Because if you think about it, I mean, the simplest way I would say to update the inventory is make everything stack to 256 and give us an extra row. That would be the simple thing that I would want. like an extra row of an inventory here. So instead of 3, give us 4. But maybe what they could do, which I was actually talking with Joel about this morning, he was saying that he wanted to see something where you could like add an armor upgrade, like say it's an end update, and you could go out there, fight a shulker boss or fight some sort of a boss, and it gives you an armor upgrade for your elytra. What I thought would also be cool is if instead you could either pick an armor upgrade where it maybe gives you like, what's this? 8 armor, maybe it gives you 4 armor. So it's a little bit more armor on your elytra, so you're not quite as vulnerable. Or you can equip one that like is like a backpack slot of sort. I don't know how that works when you're wearing wings, but like that is what gives you the extra rows of inventory, because that preserves this in its normal state here, but then it like gives you access to more inventory space. Like that would be very nice. And making everything stack up higher, I think could be good, because a big part right now is if you're building something, like if this stacked to 256, there'd be 4 here goes back into 1, 4 here goes into 1. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a bit. It'd be 6 and 3/4 stacks instead of a full shulker box of 27 stacks. So like realistically, like if they did that, that would solve a lot of it, because it would condense all your storage by 4 times. But the problem right now is there's so many items in the game, and new items just keep getting added. And if you want to use all of the items, your storage room just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Just got a membership from my boyfriend for my 20th birthday. Hope we see the dogs later in the stream.
Vicky, thank you so much for the dono, and happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Thank you very much to the boyfriend as well. Hope you two have a good one. What if they made an enchantment to pants called Deep Pockets? Could be good. Could be good. Or on boots. We need more enchants on our boots, I think. There's not enough boot enchantments in this game. I'm lying. There are plenty of boot enchantments in this game. No more boot enchantments, please. By the way, we still haven't seen the Deep Dark in this hardcore world. And I feel like it's one of those things where I really want sculk blocks to work with soon, because I think they're a fun building block to use. But I'm also totally okay with not seeing it, because I don't want to die. Autofill place straight from shulkers, so you could like fill your inventory with shulker boxes and you just pull from them. That would be nice. Yeah, there just needs to be some way to condense your inventory and have more access to blocks on hand. I also think a big, great update that needs to happen is changing the trapdoor crafting recipe to provide 6 trapdoors. That is a big need. It's not a want, it's a need. There's a difference. Because if you can make 6 blocks into 3 doors, or 2 trapdoors, which are half the size of a door, just saying, something's fishy. Something's fishy, and I want the devs to explain the logic behind it. Not 12 like on the server. I think 12's a little excessive. I think it's fine for our server because it's a public server, or it's a community server, so there's a lot of people on there chopping trees and stuff. Not public, sorry. Not to get your hopes up of the people. It's a members, supporters server. But 12 is a lot. 12's a lot, but I think 6 would be a good in between. So not taking much away, it just means that you actually can have a lot of trapdoors to work with without just completely running out of wood all the time. Cute little rainbow with the 9 months. Thank you so very much. Oh, by the way, shh. Little, oh wow, what the, ooh, see, I need a new webcam. We're not going there. That's spooky. I don't know I need a new webcam. Mine's breaking. Elgato face cam, you could do better. I'm just gonna say it. Elgato, for being the streamer peripheral company out there that claims to have all of the best peripherals, you could do better. You could do better. I'm just saying, the face cam, not worth. Not the price of it is absolutely not worth it. You spend a little bit more money and get something a million times better. Or spend less money and get something better. Yeah, a woodcutter would be really nice. I think that's also an acceptable solution where just one wood plank can become one any wood item, the same way stonecutter works, or two of a slab. I think that's great. Trapdoors are difficult to make, but that's where the strap wood goes. There's no other reason. Okay, but why does a door also take 6 planks and makes 3 doors? A door is 2 blocks tall. A trapdoor is 1 block tall. It takes 6 planks and you get 2. It should at least be double of what a door is. What was I saying though? What was I talking about? I was about to rant and then my face lagged. Oh, no, I wasn't gonna rant. I was gonna share something fun. I decided that I want to get the membership badges changed. So for all of you that have the little green name and then you got the little FW thing right next to you in chat, I have commissioned an artist to make new member badges for me. I've got a really cool plan in mind. I've wanted to do it for years, but I just never really did it. It's been the same idea I've had in mind the entire time, and I just never really wanted to do it because I was like, oh, but some other people have a similar one. I don't want to be seen as taking from them. And I was like, nope, we're just doing it. We're doing it. So the member badges moving forward is going to be, I'm hope they'll probably be done by the end of this month. But it's going to be a tree that starts out as a little sapling, like a little tiny sapling, like one of these. And then as your months go up, the tree grows. So the tree's going to grow bigger. And then by the time you hit the 1 year mark, it's going to be a fully grown tree. It's going to be like a deciduous tree. And then as you get new badges above a year, the tree's going to change colors and become more like mystical and magical. So one's going to be like purple leaves. One's going to be like orange leaves. One's going to be like light blue leaves. And we're just going to go a little like fantasy bit on it. So yeah, axe is fine. But dude, it's still got like 500 durability almost. So yeah, for the 1 month, it's going to be a little tiny baby sapling. So like just a few little leaves growing off of a twig, basically. And then as it goes up in the months, it's going to slowly grow and get up there and further and further and further. And then for the 1 year, that's when you'll have a full grown tree.
Pleased to meet you.
Yana, thank you so very much for the 7 months. I can actually, no, I don't want to show. I've gotten the beginningest of beginning sketches back. And I don't want to show those because I don't want to, it might change throughout. I don't want to set expectations on something, but it's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. What are the axe enchantments? I actually need Smite 5, Silk Touch, Mending, Efficiency 5, Unbreaking 3. I put Smite on the axe so that I can one-shot zombie piglins if I need to.
Pleased to meet you.
It's going to be a deciduous tree, so just kind of like a big green leafy thing. So basically, I was trying to think of a rounder tree that could fill the square space well. Because I was originally like, oh, let's do like a sprucey tree or something like that. And I was like, it wouldn't look great inside of a 32 by 32 pixel area. So we're going with like that'll be like a big green round tree. I accidentally got Smite on my axe on bedrock. Smite's the way to go, dude. Because look at this. Look at this. Strafing. Boom. Dead. One shot. Not even jump crit. Take that, skeleton. You didn't even hit me. Get wrecked, skeleton. No. Smite on an axe is great. If you're going to use a sword, put Smite on your axe. Sword needs to be sharpness. Always. But Smite, axe. In my opinion, axe is the best. Or Smite's the best on an axe. If you're going to use it to fight things. Will I build something today? Probably not. We've been at this for 2 hours. We've been chopping trees for 2 hours today. getting there. Progress. I'm just gonna leave these here for now. I'll come back for them. Boop. Okay, there's that. We're chilling. We're going. We're breaking stuff. We're getting low. Actually, I'm like so obsessed with stats in this world now. Now that the stats are getting up there, I'm like, ooh, what's it at now? I broke some blocks. What's it at now? 75. I get that. We're getting there. Actually, I want to see times mined. We still got 19,000 on there. The fact that Obsidian is my 4th most mined block in this world, I have regrets. Ooh, we're almost 15,000 spruce logs. We got 13,000 oak. We're almost 8,000 on the birch. Dark oak, 3,000. We could pump those numbers up. I've mined 2,000 acacia wood. That's how many I had to break and replace. Warp wood, not so great. That was only because of the entry. Have I mined more obsidian than grass? Entry. The obsidian pillars had to go. It was a very dark period. Star Wars: The Clone Wars is the only reason that project came to an end. I am wholeheartedly willing to say that. The only reason the entry actually happened is because Clone Wars. The cartoon show. I watched all 7 seasons of Clone Wars while building the entry. Because of how much freaking obsidian I had to mine. And you know what? I'm about to start watching the next clone. I was going to watch The Bad Batch. I don't know. Do you watch Bad Batch or what's the other one? There's Bad Batch and then there's another one in there. I'm blanking on the name of, but I'm not sure which one to mine or to watch first. Homie, stop. Rebels. Yeah. I'm not building the nether tree yet. The nether tree might happen eventually. It will happen eventually. We will do another tree. I just don't know what type I want to do in the nether, so I'm not even going to try pushing it yet. I'm focusing on the city. Maybe after the city. And then after the city, we can pull a Thanos and look back at everything we've created and just sit there for an episode. That'd be great. And then, then we'll try and do some stuff. But as soon as we get into the city, once the big videos are done, I do want to do some streams where we come back and like detail and just look at both of them and spend some time in there. Kind of like how Scar does his live streams on Hermitcraft, where he just like doesn't place a single block for 3 hours and talks about Disney and Star Wars. We won't do that to that same extent, but we'll probably spend some time just like in there chilling and doing some tiny details and like just briefly show it in a video. What's your least mined block? Dude, there's some blocks that I haven't mined at all. You seen the newer Marvel shows?
What is your least mined block?
Some of them. We can look at least mined in a second. What's this? Items. Mined. I have never mined a birch sapling. Have I never mined a birch sapling? Or any of these wool blocks? There's a lot of blocks I've never mined. All right, let's see if there's anything at 1. Ah, I've only mined 1 block of raw copper. So I've never found a vein. I swear I found a vein. Maybe not. I've mined 1 spawner. There we go. Had to get rid of one of them. Dry sponge. Oh, yeah, you probably don't mine dry sponges all that often unless you... No, you mine dry sponges. You don't... You mine dry sponges because you got to dry them out in the nether. Marvel shows suck. They're terrible. I hate them all. They're the worst things ever invented. Nah, I think they're fine. I haven't seen She-Hulk yet, and I haven't seen the Miss Marvel one yet. But the others were pretty good. I just kind of fallen out of superhero phase. Superheroes were good. They're great. And then they went on for another 5 years. I'll still watch the movies. Like, I saw Love and Thunder recently. That one was really good. I finally saw Multiverse of Madness and the No Way Home Spider-Man one. Those were pretty good. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of getting towards train of superheroes. It's the same thing as zombies. I mean, if you look at it, like when The Walking Dead came out, every show coming out involves zombies. Like everything. They're all zombies everywhere. It was all just like, oh my gosh, look at this new way of having a zombie or some sort of plague or something like that. Then, oops, look how that turned out. And then everybody was like, wait, superheroes. We could all do superhero shows. And it's overdone at this point. I want something new. The Game of Thrones has been good. I'm really excited to watch The Ring of Power. We're waiting until we finish Game of Thrones to start Ring of Power, which I think is, for us, is the right idea, because otherwise it'd be... Ooh, which show did this happen in? No, okay, that one? Oh, I don't know. So I like to wait and watch one, and now that I'll just be able to binge. So much binging. Oh, it's gonna be great. So much Lord of the Rings, I can't wait. I was so close to watching Top Gun Maverick so many times on the flight. It was on there every single flight, both ways, the big flights that we had to Europe and back. Top Gun Maverick was on it, and I was just like, no. I couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to watch it. I was just like, I don't think I'm gonna enjoy it that much. And then here's me watching the last of the Fantastic Beasts films. I don't know what it is. I'm not a Harry Potter fan at all. The movies were pretty meh. I actually watched the Fantastic Beasts films before I ever watched a Harry Potter film. So I don't know what that says about me. But I only watched them on planes. Like, I've seen all 3 of the Fantastic Beasts films when on a plane. And so I was like, all right, I've seen the first 2, and I was like, all right, let's watch the 3rd. I gotta finish it. I'm on a plane. It's here. Let's do it before they all disappear. And then, so I was like, okay, that's fine. Let's do it. Let's watch it. It was not great. I thought it was on par with the other Harry Potter films, but that's me. Yeah, so I watched that, and then I watched Turning Red finally. Very good. I was surprised at how much I liked Turning Red. That was really, really good. What else did I watch? I can't remember. Oh, we watched Multiverse of Madness on the way over. Or no, we watched the Spider-Man No Way Home on the way over. Sid and I watched that one together. Have you read Harry Potter? No, I have no intentions to. I think what it is I didn't watch Harry Potter as a kid because I was more into Lord of the Rings. Because I just thought swords and elves and stuff was much cooler. And dwarves and all that. I don't know. I just like the idea behind Lord of the Rings story a lot more. And then Harry Potter's kind of came around and did their thing, and I was just like, just didn't really want to. And then we tried reading the first one as a kid. Like, my mom we were gonna read it like with my mom and all that, and we got through a first bit of it, and then none of us were into it, so we kind of stopped. And then we just kind of missed that train. And I will wholeheartedly say that if you watched the Harry Potters when we were a kid, I get it. I get why people are so into Harry Potter. Like, I can see it. But watching them for the first time now in 2022, they're not that great. I think it's one of those films where people cherish that part of their childhood so much, and that's okay. Like, everything, the longer you remember it, the more favorable or negative it becomes. It's kind of the story of the bigger fish. Like, every time somebody like tells a story about this fish that they caught, the fish starts out this big, and then the fish is this big, and then it slowly gets bigger. And I think it's the same thing with Harry Potter. People just keep remembering. They remember all the good parts. They're like, that was so good. And the next time they remember it, they're like, it was so good. And it just kind of keeps going. And like, I get the hype behind it. I get all that. I get all the fandom things. And then watching it now, especially with knowing how awful of a person J.K. Rowling is, it really just like makes it not sit that well with you. And it's just, I don't know. I missed that hype train. That hype train left the station many years ago, and I'm fine not being on it. Kind of like Pokemon. Yeah. Like Pokemon, some people live for Pokemon. I'll play the games every once in a while, like if I have the console, but I'm not gonna like go out of my way to buy a Pokemon console or like a Game Boy or whatever to be able to get it. And then now that Pokemon's like $60, I'm like, ugh. Love J.K. Rowling. I don't know if you want to be saying that. She's kind of not a good person. Yeah, the sniffer mob does look a bit like Pokemon. I mean, Sid reads all the time. She reads so many books, and I get it. Like, it's kind of a full-on, being able to like get involved in like those stories and everything, and just having something easy to pick up and read and do all that. I get, but I also know that for me, I have been in the gaming space for too long, and I'm very much an active person. I don't sit well. Like, I don't sit down well. Pretty sure undiagnosed ADD of some form. Could be self-brought on, who knows? But yeah, I don't sit well. I need a project. I need to be doing something. I can barely sit down and watch a movie without like flipping my phone around in my hand and things like that. Like I need to be doing something. So for me, video games are the way to go, because I can like focus on the game and like be doing things, interacting with it and all that stuff. And instead of just like a viewer, I'm like doing the thing, so it helps me a lot better. So I actually relax by playing video games, which some people are like, don't find video games relaxing at all. And it's just kind of is how it is. Yeah, I seriously do wish I could sit down and read, just because I feel like there's so many good stories that I'm missing out on that I wish I could get, that like don't get film adaptations and things like that. But I just like, anytime I try, I get bored, and I feel like I'm just like, I'd rather do anything else. I wish I was a reader though. I really do. Didn't You Die? No, that was the short that went out was season 1. We're in season 3. Now the axe is getting pretty low. I mean, don't just say one side of the story of J.K. Rowling about why people hate her. Don't just say, oh yeah, this political group hates her. You can actually say like why they hate her, or just say, hey, you could go look and do it yourself. J.K. Rowling was extremely transphobic and put in a lot of very racist things into the books and films, which is literally like I think I like her even less now since I started Empire Season 2, because the amount of people that were mad at me for picking Goblin as my character race in Empires was so insane, because the way people all understood goblins was the way J.K. Rowling did it, which was very racist and built on, or very anti-Semitic, and just built off of she did it off of a lot of negative stereotypes. And so a lot of people were assuming that I was following that same train because I picked the same fantasy race, but it's like, nope, they existed far before J.K. Rowling did, and were completely different. And like, that's not at all what I built the like Gobland off of. I just like wanted to have fun as a little green dude. And so I don't know, the backlash I got after that, I was just like, meh, I like her even less now. She just is not the nicest person that people think that she is. But that is research you can do on your own. Okay, there we go. 2 more shulkers. Boop. I followed the D&D goblins. That's kind of where I went off of, is that and the like the World of Warcraft goblins, which is very much like a tinker tradesman, like still kind of like a shrewd businessman type vibe. but very much more on the tinker, like in. I also kind of built the goblin lore off of how the orcs work in Warhammer 40k, I think, whatever the futuristic one is, where the orcs basically have so much magical power behind them and this weird thing that, like, if they paint something purple, and the orcs believe it's invisible, and therefore their power makes it invisible, or if they paint something red, it's fast. Which I think is so funny. I think that's just like one of the stupidest lore points you could ever build into a video game. And it's just, I think it's so perfect. So that's a lot of where the inspiration for me came from for how I wanted Gobland to work in Empires, was just inspired off of all those things. So that's kind of where it is. I want to get more into that stuff soon, but I kind of want to get into like building the city of Gobland. I've always been inspired by what like Lizzie's doing in Animalia, and I kind of want to have that city feel in Gobland too. Like you walk into the cave, and right now it feels like there's just buildings here, building there, building, but they don't connect. Like they have roads that connect them, but they don't really
Mad props for
connect.
speaking the truth. I hate that I love the HP stories only for rolling to be so horrible.
Yeah. I think it's okay to take something as like, you can still like enjoy that, like what was there, but like just don't shy away and like try and brush the stuff under the rug, you know? Because like there's a lot of people that love the story so much that they're willing to ignore that. Like I think it's important to acknowledge that it's like a thing, but like still be like, okay, like we can enjoy them. But Jenny, thanks so much for the dono. I appreciate that. Gobland looks great, dude. You brought that goblin feel right really well into the cave. Yeah. No, I think Gobland itself is really cool. I like it a lot. But I think there's some more that we could do to like bring the civilization feel of Gobland into it, which is kind of what I'm starting in Saturday's video. So we'll see how that turns out. What am I doing? We're gonna go repair the axe. Now the axe is very broken, so you better subscribe. That's how we repair it. You all subscribe. One subscribe, one durability. Next video is Empires. Yeah, Ruda, that's true. That's true. I mean, the artist is always tied to the art. That is a very thing. It's one of those things that like you gotta acknowledge it. Eggs, you can just permaban Erickson. We don't. Somebody finds happiness in upsetting other people. They have no place in this community. Time for indie screens? Yeah. I love that. It's one of those things where people are like, yeah, I'm upsetting you. I'm getting you riled up. And then they're over there like, yeah. And they're just like so upset themselves. So they're like, I'm upsetting you. And it's like, nah, maybe you're just projecting. You're projecting a little. The amount of people in the world that like want to see hate continue is so much. My one goal, if there's one thing I could do for this community, is to keep this as a place that is free from hate. I want everybody to be here to uplift everybody else, but I'm also not interested in creating a place where hate can fester, you know? Okay, there we go. Woohoo! Like, if somebody is spreading hate, then they don't need to be here. They can just, whoop, get on out. Fuzzy, I won't be making a Technoblade monument because the way I see that for me is I only spoke with the dude once and interacted with him only through MCC. If I were to build a monument in this world to be like, oh, Technoblade, like, let's build this, like, that just feels to me like it'd be so grubbing for views. It'd be so out there just grubbing to be like, hey, this big sad thing, come look at me, pay attention to me. Like, no, that's, if I was close friends with him, like if somebody who was a close friend of mine that was also like a creator, I hope this never happens or doesn't happen for a very, very long time, but if they were to pass from something, if they're a close friend of mine, I could see doing something. But somebody who I barely interacted with, it's not my place to do that. It's not something that I want to try and profit off of, because if you got to think about, like, this is my job, if that's something you want to do in your own world, please go for it. But it's not something that is right for me to be doing that, in my opinion. That's okay. Remember, right? I think you said you're colorblind. Yeah, I am. Which is why I think it's funny. You have some of the most colorful builds on YouTube. Minecraft does a fantastic job, and this is a big shout out to the artists of the artist mind, like Yappa and like the rest of the art team. Every single block in this game, outside of the concretes, which were added so long ago, they all have their own texture, and they all have different hues, and they all have different shading to them, so that like there's different values. I can still see value inside of things, like as in the color value of like the scale of contrast and everything, like light to dark, the value that it has, not just color. There's multiple ways of doing things. I can see that, so I can tell where blocks will go. And then a lot of what I do, to be honest, is I go onto Minecraft color palette websites and find ones that are popular, and I use those because people just put blocks together in order to make a color happen. And then it's not like they own those blocks or anything like that. They don't own the color. It's just working with the color wheel. So I do that because that's how I can see better. That's how I can do something, because I love looking at it. And once it's in there, I can like see how they work together. I'm not seeing in black and white. Like I can tell, like there's like a browner tone down here, then we get to a warmer redder tone as you go up, and then like over here, like we have the different jungles, which is a bit like a greeny yellow in there compared to like the reds. It's still kind of in that warm tone vibe. Like I can see all those different tones and everything, but it's just when they get put next to each other. Like the ultimate example I usually give, I can actually show you guys. The terracottas. Oh wow, what is wrong? The terracottas in Minecraft. See, I really need a new camera. This one sucks. No, this is the wrong one. Actually, I'm creative in here anyways. So there's a lot of different forms of color blindness. For me, I am more, the simple way of putting it without the technical term is reds and greens. I have a very difficult time seeing, mostly in the red tones. So if we go to terracotta, this and this and this. For me, like up close, I can see these. That's fine. Like that, I get green,
fWhip,
red,
hope your
brown.
wedding and your
That's totally
honeymoon
fine.
went really good.
But when you get far away from things in Minecraft, the colors kind of start blurring together. Like at about here, I can still see the lines between the colors. I can still see the lines between them. This one I can see because I put the brown in the middle. But right here, looking at that, I can't tell you where one block starts and one block stops. Like I know because I put them down here, and because just from the way it is, I can see like we have the red over there and we have the green over there. But from when I'm zoomed out this far, I can't tell you where the red stops and the green starts. It just kind of blurs together in the middle for me. Like that's how my brain sees color. So like back in here, like the blocks themselves, like they just don't work as well. But once you get into like the concretes and things, because they did a much better job with the concretes because they're so much more vibrant, at least for me, is I can see them a lot more easily. Like in here, this actually is, yeah. So we do like this. That for me I can see because it's a lot more vibrant. It's when it's like that duller, dimmer color. But yeah, brain has automated dithering. That's a good way to describe it. I need to save. Edit. Me. Thanks. Also, because y'all are here, y'all can see the creative plan I'm working on. Look how bright it is. I'm working on it, folks. It's coming together. I actually want to redesign some of it because I don't like how straight this is. But this is what the next hardcore episode is going to be. For those who haven't seen it before. I'm working on this. Over here, I kind of got the pathway sorted a bit in there. We got some areas that we need to detail and things. I think I want to put one more house in there. These are going to be some big planter boxes, and I want to do some builds up here. My goal is basically I'm cutting the line right where this church goes. I'm kind of cutting the line there and doing everything that'll be up in here. So that's kind of what I'm working on here. It's going to be really cool. Look at it. Once we walk into the city here, it's going to be so cool. It's going to be really, really sick. I'm very excited for it. I'm trying to work on shapes and things a lot better. But now that I went to Italy and like had a lot of inspiration from just walking around, I've got a few things I want to change. You're expecting more. Hey, this is just the creative plan. This is just, none of this is detailed yet. I got like that's about all the detailing I've done. We go back in here. There's gonna be a little stables. We go in here. We got a little workplace. There's gonna be a shed. We got a road that'll take you out to the street. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Right in here, we're gonna lead. There's gonna be like a little. It's gonna be a town hall for this section of the city. Whoever oversees this section of the city, there's gonna be like a town hall there. It's gonna be sweet. I'm so excited. For that's why we got all the spruce and birch and dark oak. And my game is lagging. Woohoo. This is why I need to get a new camera, because it won't be controlled at all by the computer. It'll just be projecting an image, which then the computer can read and put in here. But right now it's like, this is so software based that it's having so many problems. But that's it for me today, my friends. I'm hungry. I'm going to go get some lunch. Thank you all so very much for being here. I really do appreciate y'all. Thank you for all the warm welcomes coming back. We should have a video up on Saturday for Empires. It's a good one. It's funny. It's really, really funny so far. Recording it so far has been very entertaining. If you saw Jimmy's stream, you got a little tidbit of it in there, which Jimmy's involved with a bit. So thank you all so very much for being here. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day and night. Get a good night's sleep, all that cool stuff. Go share some love in the world. There's been a lot of hate recently. Go share some love. Go, whether it's somebody you live with, a friend, just say hi, say hello, check up on them, see how they're doing. But that's it for me today. Thank you all so very much for being here. I'll catch you all on the flip side. Goodbye.